Welcome. We're here for our weekend reflection message, just sort of rounding out this week's lessons. From the Radiant Sun Oracle, we've got the Sun in Capricorn, followed by Mercury in Aries, followed by Jupiter in Taurus. Underneath achievement, we have the Temperance card. Underneath restless, we have 9 of Wands. And underneath status, we have 2 of Wands. Alrighty, I'm gonna let you guys listen to the audio and we'll be right back. Just keep your shit together and hold on a little longer. Things are about to shift. Change is coming, and the expansion that we have been hoping for is all but here. We wouldn't be feeling the pressure if it weren't. Things will soon begin to materialize as long as we maintain balance and focus, maintaining our continual efforts to conduct our consciousness and actions towards growth and elevation. We feel restless, tired, wired, and impatient. You remember what it was like the year before you could drive. You were ready to be set free. You could already taste what the next level had in store. And that's where we are at right now. Redirect this angst into motivated action steps that build up each core pillar of your life. Get excited. Things are coming together in ways we cannot yet see. So I think this is a really reassuring reading. I feel like the spiritual team on the other side that's rooting for us and coaching us and guiding us is trying to let us know that it can feel our angstiness, it can feel our readiness for the next level, and it can even feel us kind of maybe losing steam or losing hope sometimes. So I think it's really just re-emphasizing to us that things have been brewing over the past couple of months as far as like astrological aspects and movements that have shifted a lot of energy underneath at the root and behind the scenes. So it's not going to be perfectly evident yet until like a few months. There's a process. And so we can't give up yet. And we have to trust that the seeds have been well planted and that they're being well fertilized and that we are on the right track if we can maintain temperance. Temperance is like integrating the spiritual wisdom and experience that you've gathered so far. It's the ability to practice restraint and restriction and an even temperament, and to have that kind of endurance that allows you to have inner peace and stillness and be able to stick with something for long, tedious stretches. Right? So it's patience, it's perseverance, it's long suffering, it's focus, it's not getting wrapped up in your emotions and then falling apart or making any final definite statements about this thing or that. It's putting in the work, being consistent, and being in the flow by maintaining an even keel, if not on a upward and onward trajectory. It's integrating the spiritual into the material, spiritual into matter, right? So achievement is coming, and we have the Sun in Capricorn. That is all about like the nature of Capricorn. I mean, I know it's like represented by the Devil card, and so that can give it sort of a negative connotation, but it's the devil is the sort of ruler over the material world. And so in that way, Capricorn has it comes with it the kind of hints that something is going to become materialized, and maybe in a long-term kind of way. So like Capricornian people are always really pragmatic and really methodical, and they're very practical and grounded, and they're good at taking action and then bringing things into material manifestation. But they're a cardinal sign, so they kind of have a lot of energy to get things started. But they need the help, and it's part of their tikkun process, just like Aries and Libra and Cancer, all the rest of my signs. I don't have any Capricorn, but it's the only thing missing, the cardinal signs. We lack, that endurance and follow through sometimes. So pushing through the minutia and the impatience and the feeling like, it's time to give up, it's time to throw in the towel. And maybe, one of your plans is coming to a completion, but it's going to be leading into something else. Maybe it's like that, but it's like in the bigger picture, everybody's going to have a different situation, but the key is not to give up on yourself. Right. I even myself find myself thinking sometimes, like, is anything ever going to happen for me? Do I just throw in the towel and be like a mundane, person who's just not trying to do anything or make anything or follow a path or follow a calling? Maybe this is it. Maybe I should just resign myself. And I think that's what the adversary wants. When people have a light to offer, there's a desire in them to do so. An idea is given to them. They wouldn't have it if it wasn't there. All of us have a potential destiny that God had in store for us. The entirety of the fulfillment is within the seed, right? So the entire fulfillment of who we can become is in the seed of our spirit. And our soul is the thing that helps us draw out that potential, but we also have to overcome our shortcomings and weaknesses. So the soul takes us through challenges in order to do this and have the ultimate achievement of stepping up and expanding into our potential. But our ego wants to keep us small and in something predictable and safe. So overcoming the ego, overcoming the fears, overcoming the dreads, overcoming the tendency to want to take ownership. This is mine. This is my talent. This is my gift. When really we don't really own anything. Everything passes through us. And when we realize truly who we are, that we're channels that are here to perfect ourselves as a channel, to let the light pass through, then we have humility, and we don't own our successes and we don't own our failures. We take responsibility for them, but we don't take it so personally. We're here to truly be of service. I am here to be helpful, and I am here to serve He that sent me, and He will tell me where to go and what to do and what to say and to whom. That's paraphrased, but it's from A Course in Miracles. And it's something that can ease your anxiety if you're afraid that you're not capable of filling the shoes of the next level, and thinking, I'm not enough. I'm not going to meet the expectations. I'm not going to be able to perform. And it's like, if you're just there to show up, to be truly of helpful all the time, that's where your heart is, and that's your energy is passionately giving and sharing and helpful, you're going to be invaluable everywhere you go. So if you are coming from a place of sharing, then already you have that spiritual assistance and protection around you. And so, yes, here we come to smack in the face with this feeling of restlessness. We have Mercury in Aries, which is like aggressive energy to want to speed up and follow an idea and communicate that idea and get it out there and follow a pursuit and hurry up and run around and see this and that. It's very adventurous and passionate, and it does not want to be held back. It's full throttle energy. And we are here in gridlock traffic of Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is like, we're almost to the end of the journey. We're exhausted, but it's the last leg of the trail in order to get to the summit. And we're tired, we're weary. This person is like, I don't know if I have enough steam to keep going. But it's about that last battle, getting through that last stretch. It's the hardest, but it's the most it's the most impactful. And I think that it's the whole journey barely even counts as far as like our hero's journey and our souls becoming and awakening hardly counts until it's really hard. And the whole time you're in your comfort zone, enjoying the ride, you're a tourist, it's easy. You're revealing some light, but it's not anything near the impact that you're making once you get to the point of discomfort. Once you get to the point of, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how this is going to play out. I'm tired. This isn't as fun as it used to be. My ego's not getting that fresh hit anymore from this. And that is the point when you are truly showing up, not because you're getting this big high, but because you know that there's something to give that's beyond you, that's bigger than you. So don't let yourself become restless in a way that causes so much dissatisfaction and dis-ease that it causes roadblocks, but use that angst as fuel to, put that energy into all the core pillars of your life, right? How is your household? Is that, can you give your environment a detox or a declutter or some kind of improvement? Can you pay attention to your diet, the food that you're eating, and the amount of movement and, stretching you're giving yourself, and be kind to your physical body? Are you getting good sleep? Are you drinking water? Do you, are there things that you've been wanting to read, right? Are you feeding your intellect and feeding your spirit? Are you seeing the people that are close to you? Like, can you give to those areas of your life that keep your love tank full and keep your life stable and rich, right? Keep tending to your kingdom, and the vibration will call in what is resonant with that. And it'll be only a matter of time. But I really feel like this is all playing out over the next few months throughout the rest of the year. We also have the status card here, Jupiter in Taurus, which Jupiter had that conjunction with Venus in Cancer recently. And so this should be very expansive into all things that are close to home that have to do with beauty and love and relationships and security and stability and just good feelings and inspiration and creativity and good fortune, right? It's all of those planets or influences to have together, working together, should have a really maximum positive impact if we let it. The card status, the energy of Jupiter in Taurus, this card talks about someone who has a really good sense for what is going to be popular in the zeitgeist, the luxury things that people are going to want, the things that will bring value and beauty and enhancement to people's lives. They have a sense for what people like, and they're really good at making those things or producing those things or selling those things, but they have a feel for what will be well received to the public and then executing that. So for as far as our achievements and our goals and the things that we want to put out there and ideas, the messages recently have been pretty positive and have been encouraging us to keep going because there's something fruitful to come of it. And lastly, we have Two of Wands here, which is, it's like you're off to a successful start. Enterprising energy is building. You are moving in the right direction. You're gaining momentum, and you might even have a beneficial partner or some other element coming into the picture, right? So this is really good energy, really good sign. It just reinforces that achievement card, the status, card of material success or success in material pursuit, but also not just empty, superficial material gain, but the material gain is coming on the other side of having done the work on the inside first. So it's the kind of material gain that can come in a matter of true fulfillment, because many times we can manifest what we desire, but it doesn't end up being truly fulfilling. We either can't keep it, or it's not sustainable, or it lacks its luster, or something about it brings a little bit of chaos. But when we do the change on the inside first, and we set the spiritual stage for that blessing to come in, then it can be manifested with full fulfillment, and we can feel fulfilled, and it might, we will be more likely to be able to maintain and sustain that and appreciate it fully, and be able to enjoy it without like a chaotic sort of cost attached to it, so to speak. Alrighty, that is all for tonight. I am about to head out for my walk and research and study and all of that, and Shabbat and cooking tonight and Kabbalah classes and working on Substack things. And it's a slow start getting the Substack publication started, but it is like I think once I get past this first article, it'll be smooth sailing, because I already know all the other follow-up videos, like basically what they are, and they're already coming through. But this first one is just very technical, and I don't want to get it wrong, and there's a lot of overlap and contradiction and things that required more research and deeper research. And now that I've done deeper research, it's all kind of starting to make sense that I wasn't imagining it. It wasn't just because I was confused. There were contradictions within schools of thought on this matter. So getting to the bottom of it. But that's the great thing about putting out these issues in Substack, because you can go deep and you can really get into editorial stuff. So it's really, really fun. So I'm excited about that. I'll let y'all know when that has dropped. And also I'm working on getting the 2026 predictions up. But those are already available on Patreon. And I know I've been saying that, but it's just days go by so fast. And I work through most of the day. I'm devoting most of my day to creation and sharing, and sometimes I just run out of time. So but I'm gonna get those up as soon as possible. Hopefully I can work on that and get a lot of positive momentum done tonight. All right, you guys, that is all. Ciao.